It is Tuesday, April 19th. I am about to go for a walk. There's supposed to be more rain later today, so I wanted to get out before then, even though it's all wet and gross. We've had localized flooding in my area and street flooding, but nothing devastating. Even the people that live over in some of the creeks or near the creeks, they've had water over their docks and piers, but nothing that seems to have done tons of damage, not like some other parts of the city, but I'm sure there'll be tons of debris in the streets, but just get this walk in. I'm gonna take my Sargento light string cheese, for 1 point with me to nibble on, and then I'll eat breakfast when I get back. Finished my walk, got in a couple of miles. I'm gonna eat some breakfast now. I have a 3-point Thomas Light English muffin topped with a 1-point Jimmy Dean turkey sausage patty. And then I have created an egg mug. This is 2 egg whites for 0 with lots of veggies. Red bell pepper, mushroom, pico, tomato. Can't remember what else. Something else in there. But I also added 7 grams of reduced fat cheddar for 1 point. So 3, 4, 5 for the sandwich. I have some fruit to eventually eat this morning for 0. And of course I have coffee. 3 tablespoons this morning of the sugar-free sweet Italian cream coffee mate creamer for 1 point. Off I go. This lunch is completely devoid of vegetables, and I'm okay with that. I'm pretty sure I had like twice the recommended daily servings of vegetables yesterday. Between my salad at lunch and my veggie spaghetti squash amore last night for dinner, so I'm just going to skip the veggies for lunch today and go old school with this hot dog. This is a Nature's Own whole wheat hot dog bun. It is 3 points. I have some Dijon mustard on the bottom. This is a Hebrew National 97% fat-free hot dog. It is 1 point. I have 1 point worth of chili made with 90% ground beef, 90% lean ground beef. And then I have 6 grams of shredded cheddar, something else mixed in there, Monterey Jack maybe. This is 1 point. So this whole hot dog is 3, 4, 5, 6. I have a half a serving of pop chips in the barbecue flavor for 2 points. That's 8 altogether. And I'm going to go open up a LaCroix orange to drink with lunch, and yummy, yummy. It is already 4 o'clock and time just got away from me. So much going on at work, but yet at the same time so little. I am a technical writer. I work from home for a company that essentially contracts itself out to other companies to do their technical writing. So we work with a very large company here in the Houston area whose main campus has been completely inundated with water. I was looking at photos earlier. We're talking 2 feet of water in all the buildings, and that's just the buildings. It's not including, like they have a lot of garages that some of which go underground. It's bad. So the people at that company that I work closely with have not been online since Friday, and people are starting to get sort of plugged back in from remote locations as the day has worn on today, which is Tuesday. But anyway, it's just, there's so much going on in the city that's completely crazy. And I have just yammered on for a minute to tell you that the day got away and now I'm having a snack. So, a Quaker chocolate crunch rice cake. And you know what? Hang on a second. I'm back. A viewer had asked if I could show some packaging, so let me do that since I've already yada for a minute about work stuff. I can't get the thing off this package. Anyway, this is a Quaker chocolate crunch rice cake. So when you go to the rice cake aisle, which who goes to the rice cake aisle? Because let's face it, right? Most rice cakes are gross. There are these little guys, Quaker chocolate crunch gluten-free rice cakes. They also make one, I think it's like caramel or apple cinnamon caramel or something. Those are pretty good, but these are my preference. This is topped with 2 tablespoons of PB2, which has been reconstituted. And that's kind of a lie because this is chocolate PB2. It is empty, and I have not been able to find chocolate PB2 at any of the stores around me. The other night when my husband and I went and ate that amazing pizza and soup, and he ate fish, and then we had those cake balls for dessert Sunday night, we went into a place I'd never heard of called Fresh Market. It was sort of like a Whole Foods Light. It was a little bitty thing, but I found this True Nut powdered peanut butter chocolate, and I bought it. So this concoction is actually half PB2, all that was left in this other bottle, and then half of this True Nut stuff, so I have to try it. I've topped it with banana for 0, and then a little bit of sweetened shredded coconut. This is 1 gram, doesn't come up as a point. So this whole little guy here is 3 points. I have also made myself an iced coffee. I tripped up on a recipe this morning, and I decided to try it. This is basically 1 to 3 teaspoons of instant coffee. Let me show you that container. This is what I had on hand, so I used it. So, use 1 to 3 teaspoons, depending upon how strong you like your coffee. And I'll tell you a funny story. I have this because of a funky recipe I made last Christmas, maybe. So anyway, mixed with about 3/4 of a mason jar of cool water. I actually put just a smidgen of hot water to start with to help get these little crystals dissolved. Then I added water, and then I added a 1/4 cup of unsweetened almond milk, the vanilla, and then 1 teaspoon, just for a little bit of richness, of fat-free half and half. Filled the rest of it with ice, shook it up. Since it's a mason jar, I had to put the top on it, shook it up. And so I have myself an iced coffee for 0, because I put some stevia in there as well for sweetness. And it's actually pretty tasty. I'm going to have to play with it and see what I might add to it. And one of the things I'm thinking about investing in, if I can find some, are the sugar-free syrups from Torani. I'd really like to find that coconut one. I need to go to Amazon, I think. Anyway, 5 minutes later, I'm going to go eat a snack. A wee snack? My husband emailed me earlier and said that he chipped one of his teeth, and it's bothering him. He can't get into the dentist, though, until Thursday. So I was going to make the Skinny Taste skillet chicken cordon bleu, but I'm going to wait and see. He said it was hurting a little bit, and I think we're going to figure out something else for dinner. I'll probably make it tomorrow, though, just to have it, especially since I've already thawed out the chicken today. All that to say that I'm going to have the snack, and then he'll be home shortly, and we'll figure out what's going on. This is a lot of vegetables for 0 points. Cucumbers, red bell peppers, celery, grape tomatoes. These are sliced and sprinkled with a little bit of salt and a little bit of balsamic vinegar. I have 10 grams of the Crunchmaster multi-seed crunchy oven-baked gluten-free original crackers. I actually really like these, even though I'm not big on gluten-free stuff sometimes, but what's in them? I think they're mostly rice. No, that doesn't make sense. Yeah. Focus. Brown rice flour, sesame seeds. I think it's the tamari soy sauce that gives them that little bit of, that tastes so good. Anyway, 10 grams is 1 point. And then I have the very last of this rondelle. This is, I don't have the original packaging, the little cardboard thing it comes in, but this is the garlic and herb spread, the light version. 2.5 tablespoons is equal to 28 grams, which is 2 smart points. But I only had half of a serving, a little bit more than a tablespoon, and it's 1 smart point. So 2 points for the snack, and then dinner up in the air. We'll have to see. Husband was on the mend, but we opted for grilled cheese and soup just to keep it simple. So I made myself a half grilled cheese, 1 slice of the Sara Lee multigrain bread with a slice of Kraft 2% American. That whole little thing was 3 points. And then I thawed out some white bean and bacon soup for 4 points. I decided to finish the evening off with a sugar-free Jell-O pudding snack. This is the dark chocolate. It is 2 points. I mixed it with a half of a banana that I sliced up and stirred in there. And then I added in a honey-made graham cracker square, which I crumbled up and topped it with. And finally, I got out the fat-free Cool Whip. Now, I misthought about how many points I had left. I had added 1 point worth of the fat-free Cool Whip, which is the full 9 grams. But after I sat down to eat it, I always double-check my points, or at least I tried to, and realized I didn't have an extra point for fat-free Cool Whip, so I scraped off most of it and counted it as 0 in the end. So for the whole thing, 2 for the Jell-O, 1 for the graham cracker, 0 for the banana, and 0 for the fat-free Cool Whip. That is 3.